Hello, this is Daniel. I'm going to go ahead today and complete the narrated tour of the primary areas of Runescape. This video today will be a little bit more succinct than the previous narrations. I'm going to try to start to get to the skills and the combat and the quests because the narration's kind of boring. I'm gonna eventually get to the action. So I'm here at the lodestone for Catherby. Right, so if you look at the Catherby video, uh, world map rather, so uh, we saw Fowler, Edgeville, Grand Exchange, Varrock. I showed you Alcard, Lumbridge, Drainer, Port Sarum, Wilmington, Valador. So I showed you all of this area here. Uh, Here is the area where we started the game, Berthoud. It's also a little area, Taverley. There's so many quests in Taverley that um, I will just introduce you to that uh, when we uh, when we get to the quest series, uh, or to they have House Pearl also, or then here in Catherby, where I am now, uh, there is. Uh, I don't see it marked here. There's probably a way to mark the probably a way to mark that with the settings here. But we have fishing. This is where I am here on the map. There's fishing here. There's a farming patch. Right. This actually not shown here. A mountain here. You kind of just walk from here to walk across, but I believe they have some sort of shortcut to get over there easier. This bank is all actually part of Taverley, so uh, it looks a little bit confusing looking at the world map. I'll show you in a moment. But this island is actually accessed through the again. This dungeon is Taverley. Goes under. There's a large uh, cave dungeon there that many uh, monsters to kill. There's dragons down there, hellhounds, a couple different types of demons, Black Knight's Fortress, Black Knight's, Black Knight's Fortress is up here, I believe. Yeah, Black Knight's Fortress is up here at the edge of the wilderness. They have a Black Knight's. Ah, yeah, I should go in here now. All right, so they have a Black Knight's base down here. If you go through, you enter here. They have a shortcut, agility shortcut here, and agility shortcut here. But you go through here, that's a door, that's a door. You walk around. There's a key in the Black Knight's base area in the prison. There's a way to get that. We'll do that during I believe during a quest. You need to get that. Uh, I'll look at that later. Uh, and then use the key on the door. You go through. Careful for the blue dragons. They breathe fire. You need proper protection, just in case. Around the cave, and again, anti-poison. When you first start the game, the poison spiders up until when you're near to max combat level, and then it's my max combat account. They don't bite me anymore. So then careful here for the black dragons. Protection from dragon fire. and then you get to the fire obelisk and up the ladder. So that's how you get to that island there. Right. Then there is a charter boat. I've shown you that in the previous videos. There is a candle shop and a general store, bank. Uh, there is a cooking spot. Uh, I don't see it marked here. There's a farming shop, also not marked here. And then there's a farming patch, beehives, flax. Flax is for you spin into bowstrings for flushing. Heading up, rather, I should careful with the words that I use. It's not really up. We're not going vertically. We're going north. So this is north to the Camelot Castle. So there's several quests here. Yeah, and then uh, heading further north, that's the Sinclair Mansion. And then further west, this is Seers Village, courthouse, bank, anvil, bar. No, there's a these are the yew trees. Uh, there's the altar. So we used to spin the flags here. I'll show you these briefly. There's then a little bit to the south from there is Keep Lefay. That's a that's part of a quest. Uh, Here's the scorpion catcher and the elemental workshop are in here. There's the magic trees, Stormguard Citadel, dig site. That's part of archaeology. The Ranging Guild is here, and Legends Guild. We're already getting down to Ardun. Further west is the Fishing Guild. Up here is my Grubber's Wood. So I'm gonna just briefly. I'm not gonna in this video try to show you from the province because it's so large. And I'm trying to make these videos a little bit more succinct. The uh, narrations because they've been running a little long. I'm already talking for 8 minutes. So the Catherby lodestone where I'm at is here. The Seers lodestone is here. The Ardun lodestone is here. I've shown you this in the lodestone video, so you've already seen this area. So I will briefly. I'm gonna close the skills video, close the equipment video, and close the backpack video, so you have a little bit more viewing of the space. And I'm gonna move my video up to the top so that it's a little that you can see. So here's the farming patch at the end. There is a barrier here. You cannot get to the bank that's on the other side. So but there is some kind of a shortcut. So we can look up at some point grapple, but I believe this is see there's the hidey holes up there to store I guess some kind of gear to get down. So I think this is to get down here from there, not to get up there from here. Unless they change that, well, I'll have to investigate that. There's so as I said, there's a small mountain here. I don't know why you can't climb over that because realistically that's kind of short. It's a kind of a small mountain. I've seen people jump that. Uh, Anyways, that's the game. So, just kind of deal with the way they programmed it. Here's the farming patch. You can put a fruit tree there. There's the Leprechaun will hold your stuff. I will show you how to put stuff in here at the other farming patch. This is Elena. You can pay her to watch your fruit tree until it grows to full. Uh, we'll cover that in the farming guide. Musician to rest, obelisk to renew slayer points. I'll cover uh, slayer points. Sorry, summoning points. I will cover that in the summoning guide. Here is the fishing. So net and harpoon spots. Net bait cage, harpoon. You have different types of fishing. We cover that more in the fishing guide. There's the this one you can grapple. You might be able to grapple across. I have to see how to do that. So there may be a shortcut to get down to the dungeon. There's the water obelisk. The fire was below. I showed you how to get there earlier in this video. Going further to the west, that's another player. This is fishing shop. Alright, which there's no fish in here, but I'm guessing you could sell fish there if you needed to. Why they need 1,000 harpoons and 1,000 lobsters, I have no idea. But hey, it's a game. So I would think they would need fish for cooking, but I guess they want you to catch your own rather than buy it from the shop. So we'll do that in the fishing guide. So here's this. Actually, that's a sink. That's an. We'll look at the aquarium. Um, I believe I've used this in a quest or in a skill. I'll have to look at, but I know I've used these before for a task somewhere. So we'll look into that. These stalls look like they're new because when I was active, uh, so building my main account, they did not have stalls in Catherby. Now they do. So it looks like they have a fish stall, wine stall, vegetable stalls, another wine stall, another fish stall. So they have looks like two of each. Uh, they have a guard which you can attack but not pickpocket. So these are different from the Varric guards and they're different from the Alkara guards. There's another player. Master. Okay, alright. So this they made like Drainer. There's a master farmer here. Heading further, if we are a little bit south, this is the general store. That boat looks like it's unused. This is the charter boat. The charter boat, they have some stuff in here. So really quick, you can see what they have. Raw rabbit meat, 10 of them. Looks like some general store stuff. A lot of the stuff became useless after the tool belts. Which the tool belts were not available when I first started. That was added. Was one of the updates, the many updates. Sorry, so the ports that are available from Catherby for new accounts, because I remember mine is new. This one is new. Brimhaven, Port Berserk, Ramja, Port Sarum, I've shown you those in previous videos. So I'm trying to be a little more succinct and not repeat things too many times because it's a little boring narrating the map, but just trying to be thorough. This is the candle shop right next to the bank. At some point they will, at some point in the game, they will add black candles here. But when you first start the game, he only has white candles. So when we'll show you in a future video, I'll add that to the keywords and description when if I remember, I'll add that in there so you know which when they add that. Here's the bank. I picked up some combat potions, uh, and then I realized that that for new accounts they only give one or two virtual bonus levels for a couple of minutes for new accounts. Um, on my main account, I get a lot more levels for a longer period of time. So I will advise against using the boosts until you're stronger uh, because of, it's a percentage of your level that they boost. So a percentage of level 2 and 3 is one or two additional levels. Right, so, anyways, here's the bank. Just need to look. They changed Catherby again, so I believe that's the range. So I was telling you that uh, there's close ranges to banks. All right, so if I'm cooking here and I have food to cook, uh, so if I have fish or let's see where they have, I usually cook my fish here. Uh, you can do beef and chicken and all the other dishes as well. But uh, anyways, so then if you're cooking here and then your bank is one click away, and then while you're at the bank, if you withdraw, saying that was a raw meat. Uh, I have a raw rabbit here. Let me do this. All right, so I took out some raw rabbit. So while I have that open, and then I can in one click I can click over to the range and then cook, and I just got a level. So I would recommend. So there's my level. So I will recommend. I can cook herring now. I will recommend Catherby if you want to do um, burnt meat. I can drag that out of my backpack, and that will drop. So there's not really any point to keeping that. So I recommend Catherby if you want to do your cooking. That makes it easier. Alright, so here is the farming spot. Alright, so right now they're all weeds. If you can just leave my backpack open so somebody showing you stuff. So you start farming by raking, and then you compost it, and then put the seed, and then usually you water it, and then you can. These are the allotments. These are the flower patches. These are the herb patches for herblore. Uh, these are the compost bins. Many people, when they start, they put the weeds into the compost bin, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna actually get pineapple and put the pineapple in there because the pineapple will make super compost. So if you look here, that's empty buckets. That's compost. That's super compost. That's ultra compost, which is new. So I'll have to look into this ultra compost to find out what makes that. But the super compost is I usually use pineapples. So then the pineapples were cheaper than the compost. So that's a money making idea. And if you can even buy the pineapples and then sell the compost for more. I need to see if there's if there's another update that disrupted that, or if it's still if it's still like that. So that's something to cover in the farming guide. They had a farming shop here that's probably this building. They changed this game so much it's hard to keep up. Yeah, Vanessa is the farming, right? So let me make Cedarburg sector spade, gardening trowel, watering can, some buckets, some compost. Alright, let me find the sink. Does she have? No, there's a sink in the next building. As I said, there, by the time that you're playing, they are watching this video and start playing, they may change things again, but that, uh, this cooking stove and sink used to be south next to the bank, and this farming shop used to be here uh, east of. So they usually, when they move things around, it's nearby. So you just have to look nearby if they move things around again. So try to get used to it. Seeing a change, it's like so. So you see, that's how I stored. Now, so you can left click on it, and it will take it out. You can left click on it here, and it will put it back. So Leprechaun will store materials. I will work on filling that up. Uh, by the time I do the video for the farming, here are oak trees, yew trees, beehives, more yew trees. This is a hidey hole for clue squirrels. If we're doing clues, I'll have to cover that in another video. Here are flax. That is a crystal tree. I'll have to cover that in another. There's maple trees up there. These are regular trees. All right, now if we're going this walkway, this pathway goes. If you look at the mini map in the corner here, this it goes to the farming patch and to the bank, and it comes up up within north and west. This is the Camelot Seers mansion. Catherby Seers. Show you the map. Camelot Castle. So they'll say Camelot, they'll say Catherby, they'll say Seers, but that's what they mean. And the other one is Sinclair. Right, so this is also the show you the mage. Open up mage, and I go to the H, which means teleport, and I go down to C for Camelot. The Camelot, the C, the Camelot, the spot is here. This is where you land if you break a Camelot teleport tab, or if you use the Camelot port, you land here. And then going further west, if you look, this is Sears, that's the courthouse. There are several quests that use this area. There are I don't believe it allows me to. Okay, you cannot go downstairs without some assignment. But you can get you can get you can get after a quest. I believe you can get uh, missions to prosecute or defend, and you can have some kind of a mini game like that. Um, so that's actually used in some activities. There are we're now in Sears. There are maple trees, oak trees. Uh, Here's the bank. More maple trees behind the bank. Willow trees. Willow trees there. If you see out in the distance, if we run around the this path back towards the Sinclair Mansion, there's more maple trees in the back. So uh, don't need to worry about competition. If you're this is a members area, so if you paid for members, then much easier to train. Uh, then again, not as many people are creating Runescape accounts these days, so maybe easier to train on freeze. Also, smithing spot. There's the forge. This forge didn't used to be there, but um, they reworked smithing, so now you need to heat the metal first. So for better or for worse, some people like it, some people don't. Uh, it's just the way it is. These coal trucks, they actually go to another farming spot. So if you see on the world map, these uh, they're not marked so well, but I will try to show it to you. The coal trucks are just building here. They try to mark it with these off-colored lines. Didn't mark it so well, but it's still somewhat visible. They head across this bridge, and there's a coal mining spot here, and there's an agility shortcut. So if you go around McRubber's Woods uh, on south and a little bit more to the west, and here's an agility shortcut. You can get here to the mining spot. You deposit the coal into the trucks, and then when the trucks are filled and you fill your bag, then you can either run across, back across, or you can teleport to the lodestone, deposit your stuff in the bank, come back, pick up from the trucks, and put it in the bank, and so on. But uh, they since reworked mining. Now you have mining boxes, which you saw in the introduction video when I how to create an account. So they have mining boxes now. So the coal trucks became somewhat useless. So that's what I'm saying about new updates, and then they make previous updates somewhat useless. So who knows? Maybe they'll figure out a way to make new boxes useless at some point. I don't know. Maybe send to furnace. I don't know. That'll be something. Or kind of water down the process a little bit, but whatever. They used to use these prisons cages if somebody did not uh, uh, there was like a random event or something that people ended up in the cages and you had to solve a puzzle to get out. They did away with that. They used to be able to buy rotten tomatoes and throw them at the people, and so that was. And there's uh, McRubber's Woods. That was by the cages. Here is something there. That's the series. There's far side. The other part of some quests is the star. There's other quests. There's several quests that go through here. We'll cover that in the quest guide. Where is the... here we go. Up the stairs. I mentioned them earlier in the video. Here's spinning wheel. You can make your flax into bowstrings. Got the maple trees, some yew trees, and then if you head further south, the magic trees are a bit away from. This is one of the magic trees too. There's the ranging guild. This is Temple of Ikov quest, which is some reason not marked. So there's a bank here. This is the Stormguard for archaeology, and magic trees, sorcerer's tower, and heading further east. That's Legends Guild, but that's we're already heading into Ardon, and then back to the coast. Bats, if you want to kill them, which I don't. Right here is the Lafay. Heading where there's dead trees, and then heading back towards the bank where we started. There's the willow trees. There's the dock that you saw, the stalls, and we're back at the bank. Right. So that's the tour of Catherby and Seers. A little over. I'm intending that to be under 20 minutes. It's 32, so it is what it is. That concludes the narration for Catherby and Seers. I hope that you found some of this helpful. I'll be getting onto skills and soon, maybe by tomorrow or the weekend.